2822 Sports goes behind the scenes at Pocono Raceway, giving you an exclusive insider perspective. And now, 2822 News presents Tricky Triangle.
Thank you so very much for joining us tonight. We are here live from Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, New York. I am 2822 Sports Director Zach Grady. And no, I'm sorry, that's right, we are in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. I may be from New York, but he's from Pennsylvania. And standing right here next to me is Garrett Smithly, the driver of the number 0 Chevy on the O'Reilly Series, and a Pennsylvania native. And I apologize to you as I'm saying Long Pond's here in New York, because that's just not right.
Hey, you know, I was for sure gonna call you out on it. I was gonna call you out on it. So well, you know, you fixed it.
My last track that I was at Watkins Glen, so I just got the road courses here on my mind. So
that's fair.
We are gonna bring you so much over the next 2 hours. For the next hour, we are right here on WYOU. We're gonna have live interviews. We're gonna bring you the 4 things you need to know about Pocono, and we're going to get you set for the weekend. Then we're going to shift over to our CTV app, which you can find on Amazon, which you can find on Roku, which you can find on Apple. From 8 to 9, we're going to bring you everything you need as Sports Night is live here as well. And as I mentioned, standing right next to me is Garrett Smithly, but he's just one member of our team, as we have a whole team here tonight bringing you the action from the infield, from the pit lanes, and from Victory Row as well. Elena Lucido, Ricky Turner, and Connor Core are going to be driving us home over the next hour. But I want to start right now with our guest. I want to introduce you to Garrett. Garrett, number 0 Chevy. I know you're not racing this weekend, but what are you looking forward to? What are you excited about here as you spend the next 72 hours in Pocono?
Yeah, we have Cole Custer driving our car in conjunction with Haas Factory, so really excited to have him in the car with Cisco on the car. But I'm just so excited to be back in my home state. I always love coming here. I have a long history here. I've raced in the ARCA Series, the Truck Series, the O'Reilly Series, and the Cup Series here. This is one of my favorite tracks. It's the Tricky Triangle. There's a lot of fun stuff that's going to happen this weekend.
What makes, other than it being kind of your home track here, what makes it so special to come back to the Triangle?
I think the fact, well, for me, I made my Stock Car Series debut here in 2013 in the ARCA Series, so that's the first thing. The second thing is this is probably the most unique track that we go to on the schedule. 3 different corners, 3 different turns. They're modeled after different racetracks across the country. It makes it really unique, really makes it difficult for these crew chiefs to set up the cars and for these drivers to wrap their hands around them. So, and if you're looking for turn 4, you're not going to find it.
What turn 4?
That's exactly right.
And if you're watching at home and you want to be a part all weekend, take your pictures, send them into 2822 News, hashtag Tricky Triangle, hashtag Road to Victory Lane, hashtag What Turn 4. We're going to get some of those up this weekend as well. You had mentioned dialing in the car. You had mentioned picking one of the corners. What do teams need to do to be successful here this weekend?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is getting speed so you can exit the corner as fast as possible. You got to have something that turns really good in turn 1 so you can get a good run down the Long Pond straightaway. Getting down into the tunnel turn, it is a very, very fast turn. You got to get over that bump. There's a bump. Pretty much any track that we go to where there's a tunnel, there's going to be a bump. So here it happens to be the fastest corner we go to, so that's really sketchy. And then turn 3 is really, really flat. You have to get the setup right so you can get on the gas and really wind your car up for this big, long straightaway here.
Longest in all of NASCAR, 3,740 feet. So let me ask you, because I've talked to a few drivers here, a few members of the crew teams. It's almost, you have to pick a turn. You have to pick 1 or 2. You can't get all 3. When you guys try to come here, what do you dial in? Which turns do you try to dial up?
Yeah, turn 3 is probably the most important because of the long straightaway. You have to carry as much speed into turn 1 as possible. And then I think turn 1. Those 2 corners are the most important. Turn 2, you can kind of get away with being a little bit off there just because it's such a short going into turn 3. But if you're off at turn 3 or turn 1, it's going to be a long day.
Well, Garrett, I know your team is getting ready for Saturday, and we're getting ready for Sunday as well. But there was certainly some action today here. The ARCA Series, which went on and started about 3 o'clock. 70 laps of racing today. And let's go ahead, roll those highlights, and break down what happened. It was a dominant performance from Giovanni Ruggiero, who had the lead from lap 8 on. What's been going right from Ruggiero this year?
Yeah, he has been unstoppable. Obviously, he's with a good team with Gibbs in the ARCA Series. They've got a leg up on the competition. He's got I think he's got, multiple top fives.
Four wins this year.
Multiple wins. Yeah. And it helps that he's full-time in the truck series, too. He comes back down to the ARCA series to get as much experience as possible. He's definitely putting it to him right now in the ARCA series.
Now, pole sitter Lainey Bice coming in 5th place. What happened? How did she end up not sitting on the pole the whole race, or was it just Ruggiero just being dominant today?
Yeah, 7th ever female to get the pole in the ARCA series. She led the first few laps, kind of got mired up in traffic. She stayed strong there, but then just couldn't get her track position back after getting passed by a few of those other drivers. But really, really good performance. This is her first time here, so really impressive for her to capture that pole.
And then just to Ruggiero again. The dominance from start to finish. When you get out early here at Pocono, how important is it to be dialed in the pits and your strategy so once you get that lead, you hang on to it?
Yeah, it's so important. Track position is key here at Pocono. And with the ARCA series, you'll only have that one break. It's not your traditional pit stops like you see on Saturdays and Sundays in the O'Reilly series or the Cup series. It's kind of like a break of the action, and they did it right today.
Well, chance to catch up with the winner as well and Victory Lane. Let's go ahead. We're going to get you that whole interview in just a little bit, but let's hear just for a moment here from the winner of the ARCA race, Giovanni Ruggiero.
It was awesome, really cool crowd here, and just a really dominant car. So was able to get the lead early and get clean air and just kind of run away with it. We got I think one more ARCA race at Kansas, so the goal is to go out there and win that one, obviously, and then just continue what I'm doing in the truck series.
We look at the top 5 here, as we mentioned. Ruggiero, number 1. Gavin Bichelle coming in at 2nd. Carson Brown finishing 3rd. Jake Pullman and Lainey Bice, the pole sitter, finished 4th finished 5th in today's race. Garrett, as we come back out to you, just real quick, what do you think the key was to Ruggiero's win today?
Yeah, I think it was track position. Obviously, he had that thing dialed in really good. I think he won by like 15 seconds. So he had the best car in the field, and he executed.
Yeah, he did. And we're going to be executing all night. Don't go anywhere, because we have so much more for you coming up from Pocono. First here on WYOU, then on the CTV app. We're going to have so much more. Sunday's a great American getaway, but that doesn't mean that there's not a weekend of fun to be held here in Pocono. Connor Core is going to join us from the infield to let us know what's going on there and what you can do outside of the area here in Monroe County. We're going to take a stop at the pit crew, and we got the 4 things to know about Pocono. So don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back. Garrett Smithly is going to be joining us for the next hour. We are here at the Tricky Triangle, and we thank you for joining us. We'll be right back after the break.
Watching Tricky Triangle on WYOU 22.
Thank you for staying with us, and welcome back to the Tricky Triangle right here on WYOU. Once again, I am joined by the number 0 Chevy driver, Garrett Smithly here. Garrett, appreciate you joining us. I know you're from PA. What'd you get a chance to do this weekend?
Well, I came in today, so we fly Race Day Air, and just hung out at the track. I went to Burger King.
All right, let me rephrase that. What are you looking forward to doing this weekend when it's not here getting ready doing your actual job, which is racing?
Yeah, just, hanging out with some friends. I got some friends coming over. We may have some family in town. So just enjoying the greenery up here in the Poconos, which is always a highlight for me coming up here.
Well, you know who enjoyed the greenery today? That was Giovanni Ruggiero, who enjoyed that green flag and then the checkered flag win. And we got a chance, 28-22's Ricky Turner got a chance to speak with the winner right after the race in Victory Lane. We have that full interview for you, and we're going to bring that to you right now.
Your 4th win of the season. What was your race like at Pocono tonight?
Yeah, it was awesome. Really cool crowd here, and just a really dominant car. So was able to get the lead early and get clean air and just kind of run away with it.
Yeah, and tell us a little about that clean air. I've been hearing a lot about that from a couple of drivers. What's the importance of getting that, particularly at this track?
Yeah, for sure. It's difficult to pass sometimes, especially when you're in dirty air. Your car just doesn't have the same pace and drive as good. When other cars are in front of you. So having clean air is really important and definitely helps you kind of run away with the lead.
And yeah, what's the You talked a little bit about the team sport aspect of this and how important your crew meant to you. What was the game plan coming in today, and how good of a job did your crew do putting together that car?
Yeah, obviously there's so much that goes into this sport that outsiders don't always see, and the team means everything, and they do a great job. The Joe Gibbs, the whole organization is just awesome and unbelievable. So yeah, they do a great job putting this car together and giving me a lot of speed to go out there and win the race today. Like, that was our game plan, come here and win, and that's what we did, but in a dominating fashion.
Got it. And what did you find, I guess, unique about this track compared to some of the other tracks you've raced this?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, being a triangle shape and having 3 corners, and that tunnel turn is definitely tricky. But then the car was so good today; it was really made it easy on me.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy race. You had 24 and 25 on your tail early, and then you sort of pulled away. What do you think allowed you to pull away and really gain that lead?
Yeah, I think having just a good car in the long run and having that clean air helped. I was trying to, maintain my gap. I really wasn't trying to pull away as much as I did. Just try to keep the tires on it, but I felt like I almost couldn't go any slower.
Got it. What's it like to get another win here in the Northeast? You said a win in Massachusetts, you win in Long Pond here as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. We got Lime Rock coming up soon, and then New Hampshire as well. So I'd like to go get a truck win at those 2.
Got it. And yeah, I guess what's the game plan going forward here? Obviously, you're very high in the standings, and yeah, what's the game plan going forward? What do you think you have to do to really keep up the momentum?
Yeah, we got, I think, one more ARCA race at Kansas, so the goal is to go out there and win that one, obviously, and then just continue what I'm doing in the truck series. We've been having really fast trucks, just got to put some races together, and definitely feel like we're a contender for the championship and contender to win races. Just got to put it together and bring home a win.
That was Giovanni Ruggiero, who won today's ARCA Series race. And, Garrett, it wasn't really bumper-to-bumper traffic out there at all, but because of the race weekend, it's going to be bumper-to-bumper traffic in Long Pond. Track going to have a little bit of effect across the area for the next 72 hours. There was a bit of changes made and brought out by Long Pond authorities. Want to let you know what those are. Prior to the race, when needed, Route 115 from Interstate 80 is going to be converted into 2 lanes, one being southbound. On the way home after the race on Sunday, 115 to Interstate 80 converted into 2 lanes, this time going northbound. That makes sense. Also, traffic will not be allowed to travel south on Route 115, south of Interstate 80. And Interstate 80, the eastbound off-ramp at Blakely's exit, that's 284. That's going to be closed to traffic. Local authorities asking people who are not heading to the track to use alternate methods to get here. And Garrett, we almost needed alternate clothing. Right before this started, it was raining sideways here. We may almost had to go inside. So we want to go ahead, throw it back over to the 2822 studios just for a moment. We're going to go ahead and get you your weather forecast right now for Long Pond and the next 72 hours.
Yeah, we do have some nice weather coming through, but also a few bumps in the road as well. Here's a live look at Long Pond. We're getting to enjoy some sunshine and a few clouds after we did have some showers roll through a little earlier. It is currently 75. Those dew points still high. So yes, it does still feel muggy out there, though I do expect a little bit of some relief here once we get into the start of the weekend. So those showers are pulling away. That's going to give us some quiet weather here for the rest of the night and for your Saturday as well. Look at that, a full board of sunshine. Going to be in the mid-60s here as we kick off the start of the day. Temperatures getting back into the mid-80s as we head toward the afternoon. And again, it still is expected to be comfortable. But Sunday, we do need to keep an eye to the sky because we do have some will be rolling through. You'll notice maybe a few stray showers in the morning, but a lot of this is more so going to be toward the latter half of the afternoon and into the evening. Some of this can be a little steady and heavy at times, but this is going to pass on through. I do see some breaks in the action. I don't think it's a steady all afternoon rain, but some of this does have the potential to be a little bit heftier. This will then continue to push on through after about the mid-afternoon. Little bit of a break before things start to pick back up again once we head into the evening. What we're looking at, though, for your forecast on Sunday, 80 degrees, partly sunny and warm. Just keep an eye out for those afternoon, evening showers or storms. Otherwise, stay hydrated. It's going to be warm. Zach?
Thank you, Valerie. We appreciate that. And we're staying hydrated and warm here as well. Garrett Smithly joining us. But listen, racing is not the only thing going on here. Race weekend at Pocono means big business for the entire region. And up next, we're going to talk to you about how tens and thousands of visitors who are headed to Pocono are driving millions of dollars in local spending. That still ahead on the Tricky Triangle.
Watching Tricky Triangle on WYOU 22.
Thank you for staying with us. We are here. We rounded the first turn. We're headed down the back straightaway on the Tricky Triangle tonight, joined once again by the driver of the number 0 Chevy, Garrett Smithly. Garrett, I appreciate you joining us. I know this is your home state. So when you come to Pocono, what's the thing that you have marked on your calendar? What's the thing that you got to do every time you come here to the Northeast Pennsylvania area?
That's a great question. I think just the racetrack. I mean, this is the only reason that I ever come here. I've been to a few of the water parks around. We've had some sponsors that have done some stuff for us in the past, so that's always fun. But I think just the racetrack.
Well, I know there is a ton of people coming in the racetrack. About 115,000 we're expecting over the next 3 days. But we're going to shift from the pavement at Pocono to the sidewalks of Main Street right now. 2822 news reporter Heidi Martins, and I haven't got her name right yet once. I know she's texting me right now that I got that wrong again. Sorry, 2822 news reporter Heidi Martins. She's going to kill me, I'm telling you this. Well, don't worry. She has all the information on all the action around the track, fueling a big economic effect throughout the region.
The sounds of NASCAR are once again preparing to echo through the Pocono Mountains. An estimated 115,000 people are expected to visit Pocono Raceway during the 3-day event, matching last year's attendance numbers. For many local businesses, race weekend means more than just racing. It means opportunity. Visitors from across the country are filling hotel rooms, dining at local restaurants, and exploring attractions throughout the region.
Think about all the folks that work at gas stations, work at places that supply just those 3,400 campers who come in, like all the grocery stores. We even see upticks at Home Depot, Lowe's, like businesses that you wouldn't think are associated, but they absolutely are.
According to tourism officials, race weekend generates an estimated $33 million in direct spending throughout the area. About 60% of attendees come from outside the market, bringing new tourism dollars into the Poconos each year. In recent years, race weekend has consistently sold out, creating a ripple effect for businesses far beyond the raceway. While Pocono Raceway may be the main attraction this weekend, business owners say the impact reaches well beyond those gates. One local business seeing the benefits is Pocono Organics, located just steps away from the raceway. Business officials say race weekend brings in roughly a 15% increase in foot traffic and revenue.
People start coming in. We love those RV campers when we start seeing them lining up down Long Pond Road as they're going into the raceway. We know that they're checking out Pocono Organics and they're planning to come on by.
I think the most important thing is to feel excited that Pocono Raceway is located within the Pocono Mountains. It could be located anywhere within the United States. And we have a group of 115,000 people that are excited to spend their weekend with us at Pocono Raceway.
As people continue to arrive throughout the weekend, community leaders say events like NASCAR help showcase everything the Poconos has to offer while generating significant economic activity for local businesses.
Heidi Martens, 2822 News.
Thank you, Heidi. And want to thank Chris Barrett as well, as you were a part of that interview and now joining us live. Chris Barrett, the CEO and president of the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. Wow, I'm just tongue-tied right now because of you guys. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Let me ask you, what's your favorite part of this weekend? What's so special about this weekend?
I think the thing that's most special is that Pocono Raceway could be located in any area in the United States, but it's here within the Pocono Mountains. It's bringing 115,000 people to us for a 3-day period, and it's just getting the word of how great the Pocono Mountains is out to those people and beyond. So we're thrilled that the raceway is here and that the race is this weekend.
How special is it to this area to have this partnership with the race team, with the owners here of the racetrack as well in NASCAR?
It's incredibly special because, you know, there aren't many NASCAR tracks in the United States and in the world. And not only is it a national recognition, but it's an international recognition. Everybody in the world knows what NASCAR is. And when this is broadcast, everybody will know that it's taking place right here in the Pocono Mountains this weekend. So it's incredibly exciting for us. There's a lot of tradition here. There's a lot of great folks like this guy who's a driver who come in and talk about all the great things there are to do here in the Poconos. So we're thrilled.
Well, you mentioned the driver here, the partnership that you two guys have together when you come to the Poconos to be able to visit this stuff. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. My favorite thing about coming up here, and especially in this area, is all the local businesses that rally around this event. You know, I was just at a gas station earlier today, and they had music, they had a DJ, just the excitement of having the event here. What is it like for you to see some of these businesses get behind an event like this?
You know, that's really a great question, but I think, too, it's a source of pride. You know, when you talked about, sure, there's an economic benefit to it. It's $34 million, but I think it's much deeper than that. People are proud to host that here. They're proud that drivers come here. They know what the area is and what it means. And you just can't put a price tag on that, the pride piece of it. And the one thing I've always loved about drivers, they're down-to-earth people, you know, and anytime we talk, they talk about, I love to fish, I love hunting, you know, that's why I love the Poconos. And you could tell it's sincere and it's real. And that just shows, and I think, how the folks here welcome all of you when you come, and we're grateful for that.
Go ahead.
No, I appreciate you saying that, and it's definitely genuine throughout the whole garage. I know Michael McDowell's one that comes up here when it's not race weekend, just a vacation. I love hearing those stories.
Well, Michael McDowell actually going to be joining us tomorrow as our co-host tomorrow night. So what a great transition that is. All right, we got about 30 seconds here. Let me ask you I know pride, you've said it several times, but outside of pride, what feelings do you get when we have these 3 days here in the Pocono?
I think it's just generational, too. You know, when you see people who are coming back year after year after year, generation after generation after generation, the excitement, you hear the sounds of the engines, the smells, all those types of things. Just, you know, it's race weekend in the Poconos. And I don't know if you could really describe it, but it's incredibly special. It really is.
I can't describe it, but I can tell you this, in just the short amount of time that I've been here, I've felt the vibe, the energy, and I've had a smile on my face the whole time. So, Chris, we appreciate you joining us, and we look forward to tomorrow night. You're going to be back for another couple of moments? So. Yeah, we hope so as well. Chris Barrett, the CEO and president of the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. We appreciate you being here. And guys, we're about halfway through now. We're about halfway through the show. We're on the back half. We're going to be going into turn 2 and turn 3 before you know it. But don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to be breaking down not just here on the track. We're going to go have some fun in the infield and what makes this place so special, as Chris said. So don't go anywhere. We're coming right back with Garrett Smithly and the rest of the Tricky Triangle here on 2822 WYOU.
Tricky Triangle on WYOU 22.
Thank you so much for staying with us tonight. Once again, I'm Zach Grady, 2822 Sports Director, and I am joined here by Garrett Smithly, the driver of the number 0 Chevy. And we are having so much fun here tonight. I've been smiling all day since being at the Tricky Triangle. And I know someone else right now who's having a ton of fun because they're out in the infield where all the fun is happening. We're going to go ahead right now and get a chance to check in with 2822 news reporter Connor Core, who is in the infield at Pocono. Connor, what's going on? How much fun you having right now?
Zach, it's hard to find a word to say that I'm not having fun because I've just been enjoying not only today, but the 2 days prior that I've been here. And when I was here on Wednesday, some of the most passionate fans that NASCAR has to offer started their trip into the infield and get VIP reservations here in the infield for Pocono Raceway weekend.
There you go.
Low batteries. Tickets are being scanned and trucks are rolling in for early access to Pocono's NASCAR weekend.
Very excited. Been waiting for a whole year for this.
Walter and his wife have been coming to the raceway for close to a decade from their home in New Jersey. The couple says they have been making memories one race at a time.
The excitement, the family, the partiness, the cars on the track, the whole thing in one shot is awesome.
Perel also started making the trip to Pennsylvania with his fire hose company when the raceway hosted 2 NASCAR events until 2022.
When Pocono used to have the 2 races in June and July, we used to come up for the June race. Okay. And we just kept going ever since.
Event staff telling me that then when they showed up right around 9:30 this morning, there were already 6 lanes of RVs and trailers right in this area right behind me, all to get their first crack at starting off the weekend on the right foot. Derek Kaufman, along with his friends and family, have been making the trip from Altoona to the Poconos for the last 5 years. This is the first year Kaufman and his party have been able to get their early access. It's an opportunity they couldn't pass up.
First year early check-in, so we get here Wednesday, the weather's nice. We don't have any mud this year. Last year it was all mud, so yeah, it's so far so good.
Kaufman says 8 more trailers and RVs are expected to come right next to their trailer compound at the end of Turn 3 at the Tricky Triangle. Around 115,000 people are expected to be a part of the Great American Getaway Weekend, many of them calling Wednesday their start to the weekend. In Long Pond, Connor Core, 28-22 News. All right, now that was all that was happening on Wednesday, but my new friend Chuck, all the way from Massachusetts, you came here on Thursday, but one of the things that's sitting right in front of us right now is probably the coolest thing that I've seen this weekend. Can you kind of show us a little bit of inspiration of how you came to this to be?
Just had a crazy idea one night that we're all going camping together. I'm like, we have all this room. I would love to paint a huge, the OG American flag to see if we get attention of maybe some drivers or somebody going by and just showing off, because it's a big year for America.
Right. Now, obviously, you clearly caught my attention because here I am talking to you on live TV. But real quick, obviously, it's America's 250th birthday. Just very broadly as well, how proud are you to be an American here on their 250th anniversary this year?
Oh, it's the greatest place to be. There's no other place you'd rather be, right?
Oh, probably Pocono Raceway as well, right?
Pocono, yeah.
Now, guys, there's plenty of fun happening in the infield, around the track, plenty of things to do, fanfare, anything and everything to do here at the Poconos. Zach, I'm here in the infield, and I might not be coming back out of this after the live shot's over. We'll send it back to you.
Connor, you got another live shot to do in a little bit, so I hope you do get back here before it's too late. Don't have too much fun, and I'm done at 9, so make sure you save one for me as well. Garrett, how much fun is the infield? How much fun have you been able to have out in the infield?
Oh, it's one of the best. It's probably the most family-friendly infield of all of NASCAR. Obviously, we talk about how big this track is. The infield is ginormous, and there's so much camping, so much to do. It's a lot of fun.
I'm just looking out here now, and I can see the American flags flying all across the infield. It's Flag Day. It's America 250. How special is this particular year at Pocono?
I am so patriotic. My favorite driver was Dale Jarrett. He drove a car that was the American flag car. We have an American flag car on our car actually next week at San Diego, so love to see all the American flags out here at Pocono.
Yeah, they are just flying everywhere. We'll get you a shot of that before the end of the night. And before the end of the night, and in just a few moments as well, 2822 sports reporter Ricky Turner is going to be joining us from pit row and be breaking down the 4 things that you need to know about Pocono. We're also going to get some expert advice from Garrett Smithly about Pocono. So don't go anywhere. We are coming back. We're going to round turn 2, head down the straightaway right here on WYOU and the Tricky Triangle.
You're watching Tricky Triangle on WYOU 22.
Welcome back as we roll on here tonight at the Tricky Triangle here on WYOU, live from Pocono Raceway. I'm Zach Grady, 2822 Sports Director, and once again joined Garrett Smithly, driver of the Chevy number 0 car. Garrett, let me ask you, I know you're not racing this weekend, so how do you help the team? What do you do? What is your role here as you're supporting and spotting and being a part of the team over the next 72 hours?
Yeah, I'd like to think that I'm a little bit of help. I feel like sometimes just a cheerleader sometimes, which honestly, the moral support, it helps. I mean, it's really difficult to compete in this O'Reilly series. I'm just kind of another set of eyes. I'll sit on the pit box. I'll kind of work with the crew chief, look at some data, look at some lap times, and kind of see something from a different perspective from my eyes. Just trying to help them compete and get as good a finish as possible.
Well, a set of eyes that's been on Pocono all week is 2822 sports reporter Ricky Turner, and we bring him in live now as Ricky is on pit lane. And Ricky, I know you got a chance to break down the things we need to know about Pocono.
Yes, Zach, the NASCAR Cup Series is headed back here to Pocono as the drivers are looking to conquer the Tricky Triangle. So here's 4 things you should know about Pocono Speedway. Pocono is as unique a track as its history and design. The first thing, the corners.
Known as the Tricky Triangle, Pocono is known for its 3 distinct and different turns, each turn shaped and influenced from motorsports racing history.
Every corner is very different, how to go through the bumps. It's just tricky, every racer has its own character, and you just have to find the balance between what you need. Try to make a compromise because you're not going to be perfect in all 3 corners over there.
Turn 1 sits at 14 degrees with each turn flattening from there. Turn 2 measures 8 degrees with turn 3 being even tighter at 6 degrees. The raceway's second distinct feature, its straightaway, the longest on the circuit, measured at 3,740 feet.
And what gets tricky though is drivers don't realize how fast they're going, so they can go as fast as they want, but then going into turn 1 they really have to bank. A lot of new drivers here don't realize how quickly the turn's coming up, and all of a sudden you're at the end of the straightaway and gotta slow your car down to make it through turn 1.
These tricky and unique obstacles bring on a tough task for drivers. Our next thing, avoiding the big one.
Yeah, Pocono in the next gen era has been probably our worst racetrack, I feel like, at least for balance on our car. We can finish okay there, but I'm very uncomfortable every time we go there.
That could be because it wasn't designed as a NASCAR track at all.
It was actually built for open wheel racing. So each turn is different, so the drivers kind of have to pick which turn they want to set their car up for. So it'll do really well in one of the turns, but not in some of the others, like your traditional oval.
Probably the most unique track in all of motorsports. A lot of respect to going there. I love going to Pocono. There's just so many different ways that race can unfold, and you just try to be prepared for it to fall your way.
But what might make this track the most unique on the circuit? It remains privately and family owned.
It's not your typical racetrack, so we have our activities and welcome center. People can go to all the different resorts in the area and can really experience all the things the Poconos have to do, so they really make it a vacation rather than just come seeing a race. So we see a lot more families here.
Yes, Zach, the family atmosphere is expected to draw over 115,000 fans here over the 3-day weekend. So back to you up there, and hope you're having a great night.
It's been wonderful. I got nothing to complain about, and I know you don't either. And we're going to catch back up with you in just a little bit, Ricky. Garrett, let me ask you, the turns, the longest straightaway, avoiding the big one. What do you think is most important of those three of the 4 factors that we talked about here at Pocono?
I think I gotta say avoiding the big one. They say to finish first, you first must finish. So that big one, these restarts are going to be absolutely insane tomorrow and on Sunday. You're going to see 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 wide going out on turn 1, and then coming out of turn 3, when you're bunched up, it narrows up quite a lot. So you're going to have to avoid that. I've avoided plenty crashes here myself, and that's definitely going to be the key.
How do you do that? How do you avoid the big one?
Just close your eyes and hope. No, I'm just kidding. Spotter. Yeah, actually, my spotter's watching right now. He's from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Give him a shout.
So Brent Wentz, he's watching. Yeah, our spotters help us out quite a bit. We have a lot of blind spots in these. You can't check your blind spot. You're pretty locked in. So got to trust your spotter here, and then trust your instincts.
Well, I trust my spotters, and my spotters are telling me right now in my ear that we're going to go back to the studio for one more look at the weather, as we want to make sure that you are prepared all weekend if you're coming out to Long Pond. So we'll throw it right on back over to you, Valerie, for another look at our weather here at Pocono Raceway.
It is race weekend, and everybody's wondering, how is the weather going to be shaping up? As you can see at Long Pond, we are getting to see some sunshine with just a few clouds. It is currently 74 degrees, though that dew point is still on the higher side in the upper 60s, so it is going to feel a little uncomfortable. Now, when you look at radar, we did have some showers and thunderstorms rolling through the area earlier. Those have since already started to move out, and it's going to give way to a really nice start to the weekend. In fact, we get lots of sunshine on tap throughout the day on Saturday. We start off the morning in the mid-60s, getting back into the mid-80s as we head into the afternoon. And again, still plenty of sunshine. Even better yet, it's not going to be as humid. Now, Sunday, a little bit of a different story. As we start off Sunday morning on Futurecast, you will notice we do have a few showers that are going to be rolling through. This coming in just before the noon hour, and that's going to be with us here. And it can be a little steadier and heavier, so just keep in mind that there can be some showers and thunderstorms. They do tend to little bit more once we head into the afternoon, but they will start to taper off a little bit once we head into the evening. So if you're heading out to the Tricky Triangle, look for an afternoon evening shower or thunderstorm. Otherwise, it is going to be partly sunny, warm as well. Our high temperature coming in right around 80 degrees. So we'll keep an eye on the radar for you and keep you posted throughout the weekend. Zach?
Thank you, Valerie. And we're rounding turn 3 here. You and I have somehow managed to miss the big one as well. We haven't had the big wreck yet, but we got a couple segments to go. We got our fingers crossed, and we don't want you to go anywhere either. We are going to be breaking down tomorrow's O'Reilly Series race and getting a little bit of a driver profile from 28-22's Elena Lucido. But if we're breaking down the O'Reilly race, who to do it better with than an O'Reilly driver ourselves? So don't go anywhere. Our special guest host, Garrett Smithly, is going to be breaking down the race when we get back right here on the Tricky Triangle here on WYOU.
Tricky Triangle on WYOU 22.
Hey, we haven't quite hit the home stretch, but we've definitely rounded the final turn here from our special presentation of the Tricky Triangle at Pocono Raceway. And we've gotten a chance to look back at the ARCA race. We're getting you ready for the NASCAR race on Sunday. But if we got an O'Reilly race on Saturday, I mean, who better to break the race down with than Garrett Smithly, the O'Reilly driver of the number 0 Chevrolet. Garrett, let me ask you, what does your team need to do this weekend to be victorious here at Pocono?
Well, first we gotta cross the start-finish line first. That's
if you're not first, you're last. That's what Ricky Bobby says.
That's
if you're
right.
not first, you're last.
That's
yes.
right. Like we said before, stay out of the crashes. We have to keep up with this track. The track is going to go through some changes because Cup is going to be, doing practice and qualifying. There's going to be a lot more rubber that's going to go on the track. The only thing that's been on track so far is the ARCA Series. So that ARCA Series rubber is a little bit different than our Goodyear rubber. So they're going to have to manage that and then just maintain the stages. Don't shoot yourself in the foot for those first 2 stages and then position yourself for success in that last stage.
Learn something new every day. I had no idea that the ARCA Series has a different style of rubber and tire than O'Reilly and NASCAR. That, like I said, who better to break things down with? But if we're not going to be doing it here, we're going to be doing it with our own 28-22's Elena Lucido, who's joining us now from Victory Lane, where a lot of drivers hope to be. Elena, what's going on down there in Victory Lane right now?
Hi, Zach. Well, actually, at the beginning of the show, they changed this backdrop from the ARCA to the O'Reilly Autoparts Series, which will be taking place tomorrow. And one driver in that race is going to be Brandon Jones, who actually won his first ever Truck Series race here at Pocono. And he's hoping that past luck will bring him future success tomorrow and the rest of the season.
Driving the number 20 Toyota from Atlanta, Georgia, Brandon Jones.
2026 has been one of the best and most consistent years for veteran driver Brandon Jones. But despite finishing top 6 in 3 out of his last 4 races and ranking 5th in points, Jones has yet to cruise down victory lane this year.
You're right there, right? You can taste it. You can see, at some of these, I can see the leader and I'm so close. So it's like, it's that little bit of adrenaline that just keeps you after the sport. I get asked a lot like, why have you stayed so long in the sport and why do you like it so much? It's that drive to win these races and finally winning them. It takes so much effort and so much stuff that goes into it that you're like, it's just a lot of satisfaction when you get it. So yeah, seeing that we've been close at a couple of these is certainly my motivation for the rest of the year.
Jones has finished top 2 in 2 races this year, and he's hoping this upcoming race at Pocono, the same track he won his first Truck Series race at, will finally be the track to break his dry spell this season.
It's unique. It's got its own sense of feel to it. For one, it's massive. It's like 2.5 miles or something ridiculous. Normally there's just 2 ends of the track you have to worry on an oval. This has got that little, we call it the kink, there's a whole bunch of different terms for it. It's hard to break the track down a little bit. So yeah, I've had a lot of success. I've won a truck race there, but I have not won an O'Reilly race. They give out the coolest trophy. It's this big eagle on top of an American flag. So I want another one of those, I think, to add to my collection. So we're gonna give it all we got.
And with a win this weekend, Jones will get one step closer to his goal of placing second in points this season before kicking off the chase. And Jones is hoping he will be standing right where I am tomorrow after the O'Reilly race. Back to you, Zach, in the stands.
Thank you, Elena. Yeah, and come Sunday, I know you and I will both be there as well with the winner on Sunday of the Great American Getaway 400. But as I stand here, Garrett, let me ask you, what can you tell us about racing against Brandon Jones?
Yeah, Brandon's a great guy. He's been in and out. He's been in the O'Reilly Series really for the last 10, 11 years. In fact, there's only 5 drivers. Before it was O'Reilly, it was Xfinity. There's only 5 drivers that ran every single year that Xfinity was the sponsor, and Brandon was one of those guys, and I was one of those guys. So we've raced
long
together.
History, yeah.
Yeah, we've raced together for a long time. He's won some really clutch races, so I would not be at all surprised if he was in the conversation tomorrow.
Well, what do you think he has to do to be successful tomorrow?
Yeah, restarts. Got to be on it on the restarts, and then just making sure that he has that track position starting that 3rd stage. If he can do that, then he'll have a shot.
Well, we are way past the 3rd stage here as we are coming down this home stretch and ready to cross the finish line as part of our special presentation, the Tricky Triangle. Don't go anywhere, though. We have a couple more special little surprises before it's all said and done. And we're also going to let you know what you can do outside of the track. There is so much going on here in Monroe County and around Long Pond. Connor Core is going to join us one more time to let us know what we can do this weekend. Plus, we got your predictions for Sunday. Don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a couple of moments here on the Tricky Triangle.
On WYOU 22.
Hey, we are just about wrapping up here as part of our special presentation of the Tricky Triangle. But remember, we are not done at 8. Make sure you tune in. Switch over to the CTV, our CTV app 2228, which you can get on Amazon, Fire TVs, Roku's. We will be here for another hour live breaking down Sunday's race as part of Sports Night with Elena Lucido and Ricky Turner. But right now, I'm joined by Connor Core as Connor got a chance to check out some other things going on this weekend in Long Pond outside of the track. Connor, what can you tell about what we can do this weekend?
Yeah, we talked about so much about everything going on at the fan fair, but there's so much stuff going on around Long Pond and Monroe County as well. I had a chance to do that. Got shot at a little bit, but just by paintballs, no big deal.
No,
but
yeah,
we'll toss to that
just
real
got
quick.
Shot at a little bit. But let's take a look at what Connor's talking about here.
3, 2, 1, go! For a casual person driving to the Pocono Raceway, you probably don't know there is a gateway right through the tree line.
Very hidden, and I think our guests kind of like it because
the game of paintball is tucked behind a tree line on the other side of Long Pond Road.
I had a bunch of people tell me that they're going to come back for their birthday parties, special occasions, anniversaries, bachelor parties, all that stuff.
I wanted to feel the pain of a small round of paintballs coming right at me. That wasn't too bad. And it was not as painful as I was expecting. Now, if you're looking for something less energetic and much more relaxed, like here at the Camelback Mountain Resort, just a 30-minute drive from Pocono Raceway. But as the energy picks right back up at the pool glider at the lodge, so will the amount of people looking to have an adventure of a lifetime.
We have the great temperatures to kickstart our season for the 28th year.
Lauren Brands has been working at the resort for a decade. She tells 2822 News the possibilities for fun are endless. With so much chaos, Brands says she and the resort have gone into a good rhythm of going into Camelback's 28th year.
Kind of like a school teacher, you know what season you have to plan for and what time that has to be all the ducks in a row kind of thing. So it's just a fun job.
Camelback says asking what should we do next is the best type of question.
You can really plan out a full day from morning to late evening before the sun sets, and we'll have plenty of room for everyone to have a fun time on the property.
Yeah.
Well, we had a fun time on this property here, and we brought the whole team in for you. We got about 60 seconds left, and it wouldn't be a proper pregame show if we didn't give you our picks as well. So real quick, we're going to go around. We got 60 seconds here. Ricky, who you got on Sunday?
Give me Ryan Blaney. He's won twice already. Why not win it a third here?
If I got to go with a dark horse pick, it's got to be SVG. Those who know, they know.
Those who know. Elena, who you got?
I got Denny Hamlin. Won the past 2 games, last 3 too, as well, out of 4. So he's a really good player on this track as well, so I got him going.
Well, she stole
your pick?
She stole my pick, so I'll just go Ross Chastain because I'm a homer for Ross Chastain.
And I'm going to go ahead. We were mentioning it a little bit earlier. I'm a 90s baby. I'm a Jordan kid. So 23XI for me, and Bubba Wallace is my pick. We thank you guys so very much as we wrap up here for Ricky Turner, Connor Core, Elena Lucido, and our special guest, Garrett Smithly, as well, our producer, Allison, our intern, Nate, and everyone back in the control panel. Have a great night. This has been the Tricky Triangle.